the last time you were on this stage was with a really special project for me and for I think all the artists that were involved, a tribute to the music of the Mississippi Sheiks, led by our friend Steve Dawson.
Yeah.
It was part of the Cultural Olympiad, because of course the Olympics were here 10 years ago. And we did 2 nights on this stage. We had so many great artists: Van Dyke Parks, John Hammond, Dave Alvin, Bob Brosman, Alvin Youngblood Hart, yourself, Jim Burns, Colin James.
Yes.
It was an all-star tribute, to say the least, that was inspired by Steve's recording. So you were part of both projects, Steve's recording with, and then we were able to get you back for the big 2 concerts. Any special memories that jump out?
The reason why I was part of that show, truthfully, is that Steve Dawson, he knew that I knew Van Dyke. And he was like, Susie, can you connect me to Van Dyke? And a lot of people don't know who he is, which is totally normal, because he's not really a household name or anything, but he's this very revered composer, arranger, worked with the Beach Boys, worked with Fiona Apple, and was kind of instrumental in getting Rufus Wainwright signed to DreamWorks. And he's buddies with Randy Newman, and he's part of that kind of
his stories are
60s,
legendary.
70s vibe, and he's got all kinds of stories. Even his childhood stories are incredible. So I had gone to LA and I appeared on this radio station, and he happened to be listening. And he called the station and said, I want to meet her. And I said, and so Chris Doritas, who was the DJ or program director also, said, Van Dyke Parks wants to meet you.
Wow.
And I was sort of like, who? And then, you know, Chris Doritas was like, well, you don't know who he is? Okay, well, maybe you shouldn't meet him or something. I was like, I don't know. And then it was so amazing. So I met him. He lives in LA. I was there for a little while. My sister lives there. And we met him. And he is just like a big gentleman. And he had no airs of being known. And he said, I might be too retro for you. You might want to run in the other direction. But when I heard you singing, I could hear string arrangements. So honestly, I'm just trying to get a job. That was what he said to me. And I was like, okay, you know. And so we had this connection. That was about in 1996 that I met him. So fast forward, you know, 10 years, and Steve's like, can you introduce me to Van Dyke? And I said, I probably could, you know, I'll just see. So I emailed Van Dyke, said, you know, there's this friend of mine, he wants to meet you because he's doing this project, and he thinks you're going to be great, and you're from Mississippi area, and maybe you have a connection with this music. And Van Dyke, he's like, well, Susie, you know, what's the budget or whatever? And I said,
you became his agent almost.
I was like, I'm
between.
sure the budget's very low, Van Dyke. But he said, wow, what was his quote? Something like, if the budget is crow, then we shall make this crow a noble bird.
No noble bird, that's right.
And so I connected him to Steve. And of course, Steve then is obligated to give me a job because I connected him to Van Dyke. So he asked me to be part of the album. And then to be part of the show, which was a great honor to be part of Steve's visions. He's got all this cool creative energy. So, you know, we did the show, and that was also wonderful because I hadn't spent a lot of time with Van Dyke, and so I got to take him on a little tour of Vancouver and rehearse with him, and he did the string arrangements for one of the tunes that I was singing on. And hey, don't worry, no, I
do you want to listen to some music?
Yeah, yeah.
Are you up for the blindfold challenge?
Yes, I'm up for this.
It's becoming now a Backstage at CapU tradition. And I hope you like the selection of tunes that I picked for you.
I hope I can get some of them at least.
Roland, are we ready to roll? Yes. I just wanted to say that. Okay, first tune.
Oh my God.
Little Margaret sitting in her hall chair.
Is it Odetta? No. Something like that. No.
So sweet William and his new maid bride, riding up the road so neat. She threw down her ivory comb.
Or could it be? I don't know who it is at all. I'm just throwing it out there.
It's a.
Is it Rhiannon?
It is Rhiannon Giddens. It's Rhiannon Giddens.
Yeah,
but
see, I don't know her stuff very well, but I know her mission. I've seen her speak.
Little Margaret sitting in her high hall chair, combing back her long yellow hair. Saw sweet William and his new maid bride, riding up the road so near. She threw down her ivory comb, threw back her long yellow hair. She said, I'll go down and I'll bid him farewell, and I'll never more go there.
So yes, Rhiannon Giddens, it's a new release with her Italian partner, Francesco Trulisi.
Oh.
So he's an Italiano from Turin who lives in Ireland, but he plays these Middle Eastern percussion instruments.
Okay.
So what a mix, eh?
Yeah.
So, and with her background, Native American, Black and Caucasian, she's America.
Yeah.
And
that's what she feels like she's trying to show.
Yeah.
All the blends and all the things that we think of as either white or black, white music, black music. She's like, no, no, no. It all gets mixed together, and the things you think are white are actually not, are black, or vice versa. Or you can't define it so strictly.
Then this album just feels really global, really stripped down because it's a duo. So you really hear her, and I'm a percussion fan. I just love when it's just a duet of voice and percussion. I think it's really powerful. It's very primal almost. So you guessed it, you got it.
I kind of got it. But yeah, the first thing I thought of was Odetta.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, number 2, ready?
Okay.
More percussion.
Evil is a relay sport when the one who's burned turns to pass the torch. Evil is a relay sport when the one who's burned turns to pass the torch. Evil is a relay sport when the one who's burned turns to pass the torch.
I don't know who that is, but it sounds like Serena Ryder, but I don't think it's her.
Wait till she gets to the other part of the song.
Oh, okay.
To see.
Evil is a relay sport when the one who's burned turns to pass the torch. Evil is a relay sport when the one who's burned turns to pass the torch. I resent you for being raised right. I resent you for being tall. I resent you for never getting any opposition at all. I resent you for having each other. I resent you for being so sure. I resent you presenting your life like a fucking propaganda brochure.
Maybe that's Fiona Apple.
It's Fiona Apple. Because she swore at the end.
Oh God, it's hard. Because I don't know those songs. I'm just trying to see what the voice
you brought
is.
up Fiona Apple a little earlier, so I'm like, well, that's cool.
That's funny.
A song called Relay. It's from her new album, which
is amazing.
It's a COVID release. It came out in April of this year, and it's really good. But she's had a 10-year hiatus from putting out any music. But you got it.
Nice.
Got it 2 for 2. Way to go. All right, number 3.
Oh, my bills are all due, and the baby needs shoes, 'cause I'm busted.
Is that Loretta?
Cotton is down to $1/4 pound, but I'm busted. I got a cow that went dry, and a hen that won't lay. A big stack of bills that gets bigger each day. The county will haul my belongings away, 'cause I'm busted.
I have no idea. Although it could be Wanda Jackson or something like that. I'm just thinking
It's Wanda Jackson.
Is it?
Because you know what? The party ain't over.
Oh my God.
She's 82 years old.
Yeah.
Well, you guessed Loretta Lynn. So this is Jack White's album that he produced with Wanda Jackson, but he produced with Loretta Lynn
That's
too.
why I thought it was her. Partly the voice and partly the production.
Like the horns just take you by surprise, like this big arrangement of Busted. Like it's like, wow.
Yeah.
You just like, it explodes, the song.
Yes.
And it's so fun. I had the pleasure to see Wanda Jackson live. I saw her at Bumbershoot maybe 10 years ago. So she would have been in her 70s then. Fantastic. Just what great energy still.
So
definitely an influencer, and she had a big impact, and maybe didn't get her just due.
Yeah, I don't know.
She kind of had a resurgence.
I kind of like those stories of people who aren't household names, but people do know who they are, and that they have this longevity, and in a way it doesn't, maybe it's good that they weren't hyper famous, because look at some of the people who were.
Yeah,
they ended
they
up
didn't survive
dying.
it. Yeah, that's true, indeed. Okay, I hope we're having fun.
It just feels embarrassing when you're like,
No, you're 3 for 3. You're doing awesome.
Oh, that's familiar. Sounds like Sarah Harmer or something like.
You got Sarah before she even sings. Now you're just showing off. You're just pretending not to know the other ones.
That's what I know her strumming. I know how she strums. This is a new stuff.
This is her new album. It came out in February, so just pre-COVID. And of course, she had big plans to tour U.S. and Canada, so it's a shame.
Are you gone? Good for you to go. I hardly know what that took. So long. I'll be walking with you if you happen to look. If you look. Back then, you got me on the door. I was too young to get in. Old friend, we'll get you to it now. The show's out of this world, and it's about to begin. I was hoping that we'd get more. We were holding something we'd lose. Except how it felt to know how much you were loved, and what I was to you, I always knew.
Before her solo record came out, she and I and Sarah Celine did a tour together. It was after Scrappy Bitch, and it was kind of like this other 3-woman tour. And I didn't know anything about her music. I think I was sort of lost in this retro, pre-Hank Williams kind of music, where, you know, field recordings, and maybe the most contemporary thing I was listening to was Wilco. And so I was on this tour with her, listening to her songs, and, you know, falling in love with her voice. But she was very mysterious. And but I hung out with her for a while, and then one night after the tour was over, I went to this party, and she was there, and she introduced me to this guy, and now I'm married to him.
Oh. That's awesome.
Because he was a drummer in her band, in Weeping Tau, before she went solo. I mean, part of it is that I've listened a lot to her music subsequently to that, but also I've seen her, I've done a lot of gigs with her, just like these hootenanny shows that Carolyn Mark does in Victoria. We took it on the road, and Sarah was a part of those, and I've just been with her close like this to her strumming, and I've just seen her sing, you know, around a campfire, and it's pretty special.
Well, you did great. If you got time to play a couple of your own tunes for us, what do you think?
Yes.
Okay, this song is called Lucky Star. It's about growing up in Vancouver and about first loves. Meet me tonight over coffee and cigarettes by the neon light of the Varsity Grill. I hope my friends don't see that I'm out with you, although I know that they probably will. For they all know that I am in love with you. I guess it's written on my face, and when I look into your sea green eyes, I'm guessing you might feel the same. Meet me on Saturday down on Granville Street for a matinee at the Capitol 6. Or we could walk on over to Chinatown, or just hang out on the gallery steps. For all I know is I am in love with you, and it's written on this place. And when I look into your sea green eyes, I know now that you feel the same. For you are my lucky star, just like I always said. We sneak inside the East Side bars and dance to Teenage Hit from the back row of the Ridge to the lights of the Canby Bridge. You were there to guide me home and give me a good night kiss. And now on summer days when I'm walking home over railroad tracks just under the bridge, I see the city lights shining over the ocean, and remember how we got lost in all this. You are my lucky star, just like I always said. We sneak inside the east side bars, dance to Teenage Head, from the back row of the ridge to the lights of the Canby Bridge. You were there to guide me home and give me a good night kiss. You were there to guide me home and give me a good night kiss.